Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am very happy to have you here, guys. In today's video we will be trying out some fragrance oils from IBN AL JEBOURI. Now, if you're not new to my channel, I have mentioned IBN AL JEBOURI fragrance oils in previous videos of mine. From them, my favorite one is Abu Alamin, which is more than half gone by now, because it quickly became my go-to oil for going out. Like when I'm going out, I use that one as a base for all my fragrance combos, and I absolutely love it. And I use it in my hair as well because it's like paraben free. I will insert here. It's quite clean in a sense, you know, so I feel a little bit better applying these oils on my hair than, let's just say, other fragrances. But at the same time, I apply regular fragrances on my hair as well. But if you have bleached hair, do not apply fragrance on your hair. No type of fragrance, no oils, no alcohol-based fragrances, nothing. Because if you have bleached hair, your hair is already more sensitive, and during the warmer months, you should actually use SPF for your hair. That's a thing, you know, because the sun will just like dry out your hair even more. This video is not about hair, it's about fragrance oil, so let me go back to them. Now, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have here 6 oils with you. I am not sure if I will talk about all of them in today's video. If not, I will do a second part, like a follow-up to this video, but I want to talk about as many as I can. Now, these were sent to me, guys, by Mohammed, the owner of IBN AL JEBOURI, and I want to thank you, Mohammed, if you're watching this video. Thank you for the oils. I really appreciate your gesture. And if you're not familiar with the brand, they're a family-owned business in Canada. They ship everywhere in the world, and they are specialized in attars, in fragrance oils, basically in fragrances without alcohol, but you have the option to actually turn every oil, every attar into an EDP kind of fragrance. So yes, now he actually sent me fragrances from various scent families. He sent me some of his original creations, but he sent me as well some inspirations of popular fragrances, and he sent me some fragrances that, let's just say, there's a lot of variety in today's video. Now, like I've mentioned, my all-time favorite oil in general, not just from the brand, is Abu Alamin attar. Now, if you love Shaga Food by Swiss Arabian, you guys, that is the rounder, smoother, denser, more heavier on praline version of Shaga Food, without those, like how do you call them in English, like without the woody accord, you know. Now, he sent me here an oil called Mukhallat al Ambar. He sent me here a fragrance called Mukhallat Lubnan. He sent me a fragrance called Desire. He sent me their version of Baccarat Rouge 540. He sent me their version of Madawi by Arabian Oud. And let me just give you a spoiler. I love this fragrance. Like, this oil, it's so good. And now that it's getting warmer where I live, I have used it so much. But I will give you some tips when I actually go. You guys, I have been sick for a while and I haven't filmed in, I don't know, like, again, in a very long time, so I'm a bit rusty. And he sent me, but what I wanted to say is that I will give you more details when I get to this fragrance. And he sent me Musk al Tahara. Now, I will start with this one. I will actually start with Musk al Tahara. Now, this fragrance, first of all, this is not an actual oil. It smells beautiful. I will just let you know, if you love fragrances like Pure Musk by Latafa, if you love fragrances like Musk Mood, if you love fragrances, if you like to smell clean, to me this is like the epitome of clean girl aesthetic type of fragrance. It smells so clean. It smells like you just got out of the shower, you applied clean clothes on, you applied some like baby powder, you applied, like, I don't know. It's so beautiful, so clean. It's not my style of fragrance, but I have actually tested this one as well. But let me actually show you something. Now, this doesn't have the consistency of an actual oil like these ones do, for instance. This has the consistency of, this is more serum, like thicker, like I will show you, I hope. Okay, so I don't know if you can see on camera, but this doesn't have the actual consistency of an oil. This has the consistency of a serum, and actually Mohammed gave me an amazing tip for this fragrance. Apply it on your wet skin out of the shower, or let's just say, maybe if you don't like to apply anything out of the shower, then slightly wet your skin or damp your skin a bit with like a thermal water or anything, and then apply this one, because this way it will stick so well. And I'm telling you, you need the the slightest bit, and it goes such a long way, and it's so strong, you guys. Now this one smells clean, very musky, very fluffy, very slightly powdery in a way. It smells like, you know, that specific smell of laundry detergent for sensitive skin. You know that it's supposed to be unscented, but it always has a slight natural-esque kind of scent to it that just smells clean. This is the exact same scent profile. If you love those kind of products, you will love this one. I'm telling you, this is the ultimate clean girl fragrance. This is the ultimate clean fragrance. You can use this one as a base for all your other fresh citruses, fresh floral fragrances, bright citruses, light fruity fragrances. This works amazing with fragrances like Chanel Chanson Tendre. This works amazing with fragrances like, I would say, very light fragrances, very feminine fragrances, very delicate fragrances if you're a woman, and if you're a man, with anything blue, fresh, aquatic, ozonic, you know, those kind of fragrances, those fragrances that smell like shower gel. But keep in mind, this fragrance is strong, and when I say a little bit goes a long way, believe me, a little bit goes a very long way. Don't overdo it. Because it's very strong, believe me. It's much stronger than Pure Musk by Lattafa, much stronger than Musk Mood by Lattafa, much stronger than any musk based fragrance in this scent profile that I have tried with alcohol. So yeah, now something that you could do, you could even dilute this one with a carrier lotion. Now my favorite one is from La Roche-Posay. It's the Lipicar something. I will insert the full name here. It did 24-hour lipid replenishing moisturizing lotion, something like this. What I do is I applied a little bit of this one in my palm, and then I applied a little bit of the lotion. I used like thermal water, I hope that's how you call it in English, and I applied it, like I used it to damp my skin, and then I went with that little concoction everywhere. And what it does, it makes it much softer, much more subdued. It gives it this, like, it's almost like it's coming from your skin, you know. Now when you use this fragrance on its own, it smells very clean. Like I've told you, it has a little bit of a sweetness, but it generally smells like clean clothes mixed with that like unscented laundry detergent type of smell, with the smell of pink baby powder. If you have ever smelled pink baby powder from Johnson & Johnson, it has this exact scent here. A little bit sweet, very fluffy. It's very beautiful, but I feel like you have to truly appreciate these kind of fragrances. Now I feel like this is amazing if you work in places where you cannot wear a lot of fragrance. Maybe you work in the medical field, maybe you're not allowed to wear fragrance, or maybe you just truly love these kind of fragrances, because I know that everybody has their own taste and preference when it comes to fragrances, and I have actually got questions if I know any good Musk al Tahara or like Musk al Tahara fragrances. So try out this one if you have the possibility. I don't know if the code is still active or not, but they provided last year my audience with a discount code. I will leave the discount code below and here on the screen if you want to explore any fragrances from them. So yeah, I hope it's still active. But yeah, now this one I have used it, but I will be very honest, I haven't touched it in a long time, because it's a scent profile that's not really, I mean, I like it, I appreciate it, but I prefer to smell it on other people than on me. I like my comfort zone is in a different direction, you know, like my comfort fragrances are like a bit different, not these ones. Now let's move on to their inspiration of Arabian Oud, of Madawi by Arabian Oud. You guys, this fragrance, let me actually show how much I have used it. I have mixed it so much with so many body products, with so many other fragrances. It works amazing on its own, it works amazing layered, but on its own, oh my god, this is gorgeous, gorgeous. It leaves your mouth watering. This is a fruity fragrance to me. Now look, I will tell you how this one smells on its own, and then I will tell you how it compares to Madawi, because I have smelled a few times Madawi by Arabian Oud, and I will let you know how they compare. Okay, but this one on its own, oh my god. Okay, this smells like a mocktail in my opinion. This smells like a summer cocktail without alcohol. This smells like imagine you have pineapple juice, but not the overly sweet pineapple juice with like added sugar or anything, just like real pure pineapple juice. Mix it with freshly, not squeezed, but like freshly made green apple juice, not the McDonald's green apple juice, the kind of apple juice that you like, that is like homemade, you know, from fresh green apples. Because you have on one hand, I feel like on one hand you have the sweet tropical feel of the pineapple, but it's not that like ultra ripe pineapple, it's moderate ripe. I don't know. The thing is, it has something that cuts through the sweetness, so it's not just sweet, and you have a little bit of a sweet sour feel in the background, but I don't know if sour is the best word to describe it, but it smells so good. It smells delicious. This smells like a walking tropical goddess, in my opinion. I just love it. It's, let's just say, maybe you have some citrusy fragrances in your collection that are too citrusy, let's say. Maybe they are too refreshing, too cold, too lemony, too something. Maybe they are too heavy on the citrusy part. Maybe they are bitter. Maybe they are not as sweet as you would like. Maybe they are too musky. Maybe some of them are too screechy. And let's just say maybe you are looking for an oil to layer with those fragrances to give some fullness, some brownness, and some sweetness to those fragrances. I feel like this one is the one that you would enjoy a lot, honestly. After Abu Alamin and Amber Oud, this is my favorite one. This doesn't follow the, this doesn't have a Middle Eastern DNA, in my opinion. This is a fruity fragrance, but it's so beautiful, you guys. And it's very interesting. It smells just like a mocktail. So try to imagine this. You put some like pineapple juice, but not the overly ripe pineapple. No, just like moderately ripe pineapple. You add there some like freshly done green apple juice, not the McDonald's one, like the homemade, like real apple juice, you know. So you have the freshness there, you have the sweetness from the pineapple, you have the fruitiness, the roundness, the fullness, you have the bright facet of the green apple as well. Then you have a little bit of ice there, because sometimes it's like slightly cold, but not too cold. And you have like bit of bergamot, I imagine, there, because from time to time, imagine you do all this, and at the end you like squeeze a little bit of a bergamot. You squeeze like a bergamot slice there, so you have the softest, slightest sour facet in the background that works so well mixed with the fruitiness. It cuts through a little bit of the fruitiness, but it's still a sweet fragrance. Now, as this one starts to develop on the skin, you do get the softest, slightest, shyest patchouli touch in the background. But to me, this is pretty much the same. It doesn't change that much. I feel like it just opens up in a way. It gets slightly muskier, it loses some of the roundness, it loses some of the fullness and some of the density, and it just goes a bit muskier. But I would say, like, just scent-wise speaking, it's pretty much the same. Amazing fragrance. You could easily wear it all year round, daytime, nighttime. I feel like this one in the summertime, chef's kiss, amazing fragrance. Now let me quickly mention, okay, so I think, should I do another one and then I will do a part 2, because I'm trying to make my video shorter. Okay, so I will do another one. Let's do, okay, I cannot choose. Give me a minute to think. Okay, so which one should I do? Okay, I will do their inspiration of Baccarat Rouge, because I know a lot of you love this scent profile. I mean, some of you love it. I mean, a lot of you love it. Some of you hate it. I usually get very polar opposite feedback on any fragrance within the same scent family as Baccarat Rouge. I feel like people either love it or hate it, but you know what? I feel like that's somehow the beauty of the fragrance. I appreciate fragrances that they're not afraid to shine in a way, you know, and they're not afraid to not be something for everybody. Now, with this in mind, I feel like Baccarat Rouge now became mainstream because everybody wears it. I don't know if you know what? I was thinking, do all people actually enjoy this fragrance, or they just get it because it smells rich in a way, you know? I don't know. Now, for the longest time, I was not even interested to try Baccarat Rouge, but let's just say that curiosity got the best of me and I actually smelled it. Now, I do like it, but I can't say that it's like the kind of fragrance that like suits me as a person, suits my style, suits everything, you know. It's not the kind of fragrance that I feel like I deeply resonate with it on like a deep personal level, but I enjoy it. I feel like it smells really nice. Now the thing with Baccarat Rouge fragrances, some of them I find them a bit too challenging, I'm not gonna lie. The medicinal vibe, it's a bit too medicinal. The oak moss is a bit too oak mossy, you know, it depends. For instance, I love Arabian Rouge by Latafa. I love that fragrance. I love Arabian Stonka. I love Instant Crush. I love, let me think, I had Violet Bouquet in my collection. I really enjoyed it, but I found it a bit challenging, so I gave it away to a friend of mine, but she loved it, she finished it. Now the opening of this fragrance does follow the exact same profile, the exact same family as Baccarat Rouge, and all the other fragrances inspired by it, but I feel like where this one shines, this is the most simplistic and minimalistic one in a sense. This one took its DNA and it's almost like it stripped it to its core. And it's a very simplistic and straightforward fragrance. You don't have a lot of it going on. It's much simplistic. Like if you were to imagine that you were baking something, you know, within the recipe of Baccarat Rouge, this one has the least ingredients in a way, you know. I was trying to find like a reference so you can picture like what I'm saying. This to me, this is actually sweet. This actually has sweetness to it, and I'm surprised I detect sweetness here, because in a lot of fragrances within the same scent profile, I detected a much heavy medicinal facet than sweetness, but this one I actually find it sweet. It's sweet, it's medicinal, it's slightly almondy, and with a slight saffron feel in the background. Very light, very bright, very transparent, translucent. Yeah, it's a beautiful fragrance. I really like it. I haven't had a lot of chances to wear it, but I did test it here and there a little bit, but I will definitely wear it much more once the summertime hits. But the thing is, I'll be very honest, at the moment where I live, everybody is wearing this fragrance. Like everybody and their mother are wearing this fragrance, and I don't mind that. I mean, I'm the kind of person, like, if you enjoy that fragrance, wear it. It doesn't matter if it's mainstream, if it's like very popular, if everybody is wearing it. Like, if you enjoy it, wear it. But I personally, I love to wear fragrances that you don't smell on everybody. But this oil, I was actually thinking to layer it with Arabian Stonka to see how it goes. With Instant Crush, I feel like it will work amazing. Or let's just say this one would work amazing if you in general love to mix Baccarat Rouge with any other fragrances. So let's just say you could use this one as a base. You could apply it everywhere, on your body, in your hair, on your clothes. That's the beauty of fragrance oils. You could even make like your own body oil. You know how you can buy body oils for fragrances from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now this is pretty much it, I would say, but like I've mentioned, stripped down to its core, much more simplistic. You could use this one as a body oil, you know, so you could use this one as a base and apply other fragrances as a topper. You could use this one as well to make other fragrances within the same scent family last much longer, because I know a very common problem that a lot of people have with these kind of fragrances is that some of them don't last on them, and some of them don't last, I mean, not they don't last, they get nose blind to the fragrance. Perhaps try with this oil and see, or try to layer them. This way, even if, let's just say, maybe you can't smell them on you, but I'm sure everyone around you will be able to smell them on you. So yeah, I would say if you love this scent family, it's a very versatile oil to have. And I'll be very honest, I feel like from all the fragrances, like if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the bottle, by the way. Okay, I will just look at you. Okay, so what was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, okay, I remembered. So if from all the fragrances that I have tried that have this scent profile, and I will add them here on the screen, I feel like this one is the most similar to the one from Ajmal, Aristocrat for her, but it's even more simplistic compared to the one from Ajmal, and much sweeter compared to the one from Ajmal as well. Yeah, it's much simplistic compared to Arabian Rouge, not as animalic as Red Temptation, not as heavy on something salty and oak mossy as Violet Bouquet. Definitely doesn't have any oud like Mirsal with Love. So yeah, beautiful fragrance. If you enjoy this kind of fragrances, I would highly advise you to try it. It's, like I've said, it's worth it. And actually, some of you actually bought fragrances from IBN AL JEBOURI, and the majority of the feedback that I got was amazing. So I'm very happy to hear that you enjoyed their oils as well. Let me actually mention the performance for Musk al Tahara. Now, the thing is, even though, let's just say, this particular consistency, I don't know if you can actually apply it on clothes. I have not tried to apply it on clothes, but when you actually apply it on wet skin, not like dripping wet, like out of the shower type of wet, more like damp skin, you know, like a little bit damp. Something that I have noticed is when you do that and then you get dressed, the scent infiltrates in the clothes that you're wearing, and it lasts again for 2 days. Like when I did that, the scent got in my pajamas, and even after 2 days I could still smell this fragrance. So I feel like, again, even though you cannot actually apply it on clothes, but when you apply it on your wet skin, or like damp skin, not wet, again, damp, some of the scent will get on clothes, so it will really last. So yeah, now when it comes to the other ones, again, this one, oh my god, this is my out of the shower fragrance oil. When I'm in the mood to wear something like a fragrance oil out of the shower, this is the one I reach for. It's amazing, you guys. I love to apply it in my hair. I am so excited, like I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am to try to come up with different layering combos with this fragrance. I love how it smells so much. Like I've told you, to me it smells like a mocktail. It leaves my mouth watering. It makes me want to go out to have a cocktail out on a terrace somewhere, or maybe on an island, maybe on the beach, you know. But yeah, it's a beautiful fragrance. I would highly recommend you to try this one. Now this one, compared to Madawi, now bear in mind I have only smelled Madawi a few times on the test strip on the test strip, so I am not very familiar with how it develops on the skin, but from smelling it on the test strip, I feel like their version, this one from IBN AL JEBOURI, it's much fuller, it's much rounder, and it's much denser in a way. The one from Arabian Oud, I feel like it's slightly thinner, like in terms of texture. Now it's slightly thinner and it's slightly more musky in a sense. When I smelled the first time, like I even remember up to this moment, the first time I ever smelled Madawi, it automatically made me think of Erba Pura by Zershov, but they're not similar. Now this one from Zershov, to me it's much muskier, slightly powdery, much fruitier, heavier on citruses. You have there a bowl of tropical fruits. This one from Madawi, it's not as this one from Arabian Oud, it's not as youthful smelling as Erba Pura. It's not as youthful. I feel like it's not as youthful. It's a bit more sophisticated, a bit more upscale, but it's very delicious. It's very delicious, and I feel like their inspiration is amazing. Now if you love Madawi, or if you love any fruity fragrances, if you are looking to get an oil that you could wear it now in the warmer weather, that, oh my god, it smells delicious. Now I think, because I have used it so much, I feel like a part of this, how do you call it in English, oh my god, the sticker started to, like, basically I ruined the sticker because I grabbed it with like lotion on my hands, you know, and I was like, yeah. But I feel like that's my fault, you know. This is everything I wanted to tell you guys. I will leave the 3 other fragrances for a part 2 because I want to make my video shorter and I want to actually take my time when I'm testing fragrances. I don't want to rush through anything because at the end of the day, this is a hobby of mine, so I'm not trying to come here and be like a robot, you know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about these fragrance oils, feel free to put them down below and I promise that I will get back to you. If you have any questions on these fragrances, feel free to write Mohammed on IBN AL JEBOURI's Instagram page as well. He will answer to you and he will give you a lot of details. He's very friendly, you guys, and he knows a lot about fragrances and he's very passionate about what he does. So I feel like it's such a beautiful thing when you see someone with like a true passion for something, you know. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram. Here is my handle, and as always, if you want to tell me something, please put it down below and I promise that I will get back to you. So yes, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I want to wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Bye.